One of the editorial changes that has occurred this year relates to the in Rule 9, where it talks about targeting a defenseless opponent and initiating contact with a defenseless opponent. Talk to us a little bit about what those clarifications are and exactly what the difference is in the language. What was the intent?
There are two aspects to the rule you're talking about, Doug. The first one is to protect the player who's delivering the blow, the crown of the helmet portion of the foul. And what it says is that a player cannot target and initiate contact against an opponent with the crown of the helmet. Now, the targeting is intended to send the signal that this is not just two players who are going at each other real hard in a way that's legal, but the targeting is intended to send the message that the player is trying to inflict punishment on the opponent. But in fact, the crown of the helmet foul is just to protect the person delivering the blow because of the potential for driving the head down between the shoulders when the crown of the helmet is used to initiate the contact. So that's the first part. The second part of the rule has to do with hitting a defenseless player, targeting and initiating contact against a defenseless player in the head or neck area. And it has nothing to do so much with helmet to helmet. We're trying to get the term helmet to helmet out of this rule, and we're trying to get the referees, when they make their announcement, not to say helmet to helmet contact. Because what the rule now will say, and again this is just an editorial enhancement of the rule will now say that it is illegal to target and initiate contact to the head or neck area with the hand, the elbow, the forearm, the helmet, or anything else, so that it's not just head to head, but it might be an elbow to the helmet, or it might be a hand to the head in a way that is targeting, initiating contact against a defenseless player. And a defenseless player, an example, is a quarterback who's just released the ball, gets hit from the blind side, or a receiver just about to catch a ball over the middle. He's concentrating on the football. Or it could be a defensive player who's about to make a tackle, let's say, and he gets blindsided from a player who's coming in, targeting, not just trying to block him, but trying to hit him high, target him around the head or neck area. We tend to think of this as players on offense, but in fact the defensive player can be a defenseless player as well as an offensive player. One of the things about the rule that the committee emphasizes is the part that says when in question it is a foul. In other words, there's a judgment here on the part of the official. Obviously, was the targeting taking place? Was it something other than just trying to make a good hard football play? There's always going to be this standing tension between football as a hard, rough, violent game on the one hand and player safety on the other. There's always going to be debate about which side of that balance should be emphasized. But the coaches are very clear about saying that we want to maintain football as the game that it is, the contact sport that it is, but at the same time, we have got to be more diligent about protecting the player, particularly the defenseless player who gets blindsided, who's concentrating on something else and is not prepared to receive this blow. So the coaches are very supportive of the when in question aspect of this, being a foul. If there's a question about it, it's a foul.
Lastly,